they hurt me, you'd find out what made me angry, then use it to your ability. Now you're trying to avoid me. You're the big problem here, a bully to many for so many years. Now shut your mouth, close your ears. Never learned your lesson and nobody cares. That's what you're here for, here to make me miserable. I know you get joy out of it. You hurt me but call me the same names again. You know I never liked them, and that's so unforgivable. I know you ruined my childhood. You hurt me and do it all over again. You ruined my childhood. You hurt me and do it all over again.
This is Fantasy Ask, and welcome back to The Sims 4 Royal Witch Kingdoms. Today we are picking up with the noble family of Ramadust, and Meralda is quite sad, and we all know why, because there was a dramatic turn of events at the end of the previous episode. Aveline, the heiress of our noble family of Rowan, unfortunately died in her sleep as a result of poisoning, and we all suspect it was High Prince Rune, because he was the only one going in and out of the estate during the time of her death. So yeah, things have been looking freaky, as can be. Now let's go through the mini-movie really quickly and talk about what happened. Basically, Meralda, she got news of Aveline's death, and, Aveline is her niece by blood. Arthur's through marriage, but, Meralda's niece by blood. And she had met Aveline beforehand. Like, when Aveline was a really, really young girl, she came to the Ramadust house when Meralda and Arthur first got married, so, she has fond memories of that, and, they have grown apart over the years, but her niece did want to reconnect with Meralda, and I'm sure she wrote letters to Meralda, kind of organizing all of that, so it's something Meralda was looking forward to, and then suddenly she got a notice, she got a message from her sister saying that Aveline had passed on, along with a bunch of other things that, they suspected. So Meralda, being upset, she went to her room and, she cried herself to sleep a little bit. And then when she woke up, she went down where Arthur was and he asked her what's wrong. So she told him, and he was obviously very surprised. No one was expecting this. And then he was just thinking how distraught the Ramons must be to lose their firstborn. Because, firstborns are very special. They have all of this responsibility and they're raised very differently to the other children. And then he asked, do they have a suspect? Like, do they suspect someone? And Meralda said, High Prince Rune of Ramong. And then their conversation was cut short after that because their youngest child, Alaric, walked into the room and he probably saw his parents being a bit tense and, he wanted to know if everything was okay. And Alaric broke the news that his Medei had passed on, his cousin had passed on, which obviously the kids were a bit surprised by, but I think because the kids themselves are so distant to their cousins, which is unfortunate because their mothers didn't want that growing up, but that's just the way things have turned out. They're not that close to the Rawan cousins, even though they don't live that far from each other. I think they were trying to comfort Meralda more than being upset themselves. Because Meralda's the only one who has had close memories or any sort of recollection of Aveline. So then Alaric, he was thinking to himself and he said, well, Solstice must be quite lonely now because she doesn't have a stag there anymore. And so Meralda said, then it's going to be up to you and your sister to keep her company. So hopefully the kids meet more now and try and stay connected. Now, the other thing to note is the adults have not told the kids that they suspect High Prince Rune of Ramong. One, they feel it's too complicated to bring the kids into, this sort of thing. But also, they don't want the kids to be scared or to freak out in royal company because that's a part of their lives they cannot avoid, right? They're going to come into contact with the royals, so they don't see a point in trying to scare the kids with that information, because even if they do know, what can they do with it? So anyways, the kids are going to be ready to head to Academy pretty soon over here. But Meralda, she's really, really sad, and she's, I think, a little bit paranoid as well. What other emotion does she have? Oh, well, not paranoid, but she's got this looming dread, right? I think because, yes, everyone knew the royal family was dangerous, but last time they poisoned someone, it was a teen. I mean, to be fair, a lot of the deaths that have occurred have happened as a result of the royal family, but there's also been, some deaths that haven't really had an answer to them. Like, for example, Meralda's first fiancé, right? So her first betrothed was Kenzo. And I don't remember the circumstances of Kenzo's death. But essentially, that was something that happened. So Meralda, she's seen a lot of death in her lifetime, and it's kind of made her afraid. Because previously, they had this idea that, well, and look, they're looking at their kids right now, but they had this idea that their kids will be safe. I mean, yes, as you get older, the danger of being connected to the royal family increases, but when they're young, they'll be safe. Nobody touches the children. And then Aveline's gone ahead and died. Granted, she was a teen, but still, she has died. And now Briellen is feeling quite sad. But I think she's feeling sad for her Nalka more than anything, that Meralda is going through this grief. But I have to say, guys, that aside, so we are seeing this family for the first time after the update that I had for the witch genes. So just quickly, for everyone, in case you're wondering why they look different, it's because we had an update, or I did an update for their genes. So her eyes are closed right now. Honey, open them. Open them. Okay, her eyes are closed right now. It's hard to see, but Meralda has, her genetics have changed, so she has these green eyes, which I think look lovely on her skin. And then her husband, Arthur, has purple eyes. So previously, I think these guys had black and white eyes, but they've since changed with the witch gene update. But he's got purple eyes, which both his kids have inherited. And they look, I have to say, especially Alaric, they look so good with the new gene update. But look, this is Briellen. She's the oldest of the two, and she is the heiress of the Ramadust family. And then her younger brother, her younger Vlara, Alaric, he looks so cute. I feel like out of the kids we've seen so far, following the gene update, Solstice and Alaric just look so flippin' gorgeous to me. I don't know what it is. They look so cute and like perfect little children. I love them so much. But okay. Maybe it has something to do with the fact they're both blue. I don't know. But I like them a lot. But okay, they're heading off to Academy. She's still upset. Now, the other thing, we are going to have a little celebration for Briellen because she's aging up into a teen today. So we kind of lucked out in our rotation. We ended up with a family on a birthday, which I feel like is very rare. Now, obviously, it's going to be a grim celebration because we just had a death in the family, the extended family. But still, it's important to celebrate the fact that we are having an age up. And I think this might be a good chance for Meralda to invite over her sister's family and also Solstice so that maybe she can reconnect, hopefully, with the children. So we'll be doing that for sure. And the kids, I have gone ahead and sorted for them the Youths of Ramong group. So beforehand, I completely forgot to deal with it, but I have, since the previous episode, figured that out. So Prince Rune is now like the head of that group, and then Solstice is in it, Briellen and Alaric. So hopefully the kids hang out more and get closer to each other. We'll have to see how that goes. And obviously the parents, they're going to be aware of the fact that, the prince is mingling with the kids, but they're going to be very wary of him. They can't stop him, but they know that he's trouble. And guys, I'm so curious, why would Rune have poisoned the sister of Solstice when he's trying to befriend Solstice? Why would he do that? It just boggles my mind. But then I'm also thinking, he's from a pretty twisted family from his father's side, right? The Ciccar blood. They're pretty twisted. And I feel like they might not perceive things in the way that normal people do at times. There's a hint of madness to them almost. So I can kind of see how if Rune has been isolated completely growing up, and then suddenly, Solstice shows up and she's trying to befriend him, and she's the only friend that he has, and he really likes and is getting close to her. And then he also finds out that her family don't really approve of them hanging out. And their father especially has problems because she's the second-born and not the firstborn, then maybe in his mind the way to keep his friendship with Solstice would be to get rid of the sister, so that if Solstice is the heiress, then their parents have no reason to disagree to their friendship. Maybe Solstice would have mentioned that in passing, really briefly to him, maybe as a joke, that, my Kotian thinks that I'm going to get married to you or something like that. And if that kind of grew or bred insecurity in Rune, then he might have acted impulsively on that. Obviously, if they end up being childhood sweethearts, that's gonna lead to a whole other slew of problems as they get older. But maybe Rune wasn't thinking long term. Maybe he was just thinking about the present and solving the problem in the present. So, yeah. And they're not, exactly teens yet, right? So it wouldn't, romance and all of that, I feel like it wouldn't necessarily cross their mind. The idea that I should just ask my father to get us engaged wouldn't even cross his mind, because he's a child right now. So he would be focused on friendship more than anything. And maybe that was the only way he saw that, or it could have been a mistake. Maybe he, along the same lines, for the same reasoning, wanted to use a potion that he secretly acquired, or some sort of concoction he secretly acquired to make Aveline more agreeable, so that she could kind of mediate between Rune and their father, and she could be on Rune's side. so that in the future, like, if something happened between Rune and Solstice, then maybe they would help. Like, Aveline would be on their side and help them kind of get together. But then it backfired, and she ended up dying from poisoning as a result. I mean, that's another thing. It might not have been deliberate. It might have been accidental. But the point stands that the royal family is dangerous. But, okay, let's see what these guys want to do while their kids are gone. So Arthur over here wants to ask Meralda about her day. Obviously, she's very upset. So he's going to want to check in on her regularly to make sure she's doing fine. So let's go ahead and ask her how she's coping. Oh, it just breaks my heart. Because Aveline had that whim. She had that wish in place to befriend her Aunt Meralda. And she never got the chance. And Meralda over here wants to flirt with Lady Calypso, with High Lady Calypso. Okay. So obviously, I don't know, I mean, their relationship, her and Arthur's relationship, seemed to be going fine. And I'm pretty sure Calypso was almost going to be her sister-in-law at one point. Before Kenzo died. But, you know, obviously not anymore. And I wonder what the heck is going on with this. But obviously she is going through something right now. So she's actually going to invite Calypso over. She's going to have to do this privately away from Arthur, otherwise he's not going to take it too well, no doubt. But we'll invite Calypso. They haven't spoken to each other in a long, long time. They haven't really been in contact ever since Meralda and Arthur got married. I think that was the last time you know, Calypso came here, was when they got married. And they haven't been here since, or she hasn't been over since. Well, let's go invite her in. You guys might have to steal away some private moments. And I don't know what this is about. Like, is she trying to get information out of Calypso? To see if Calypso maybe knows anything? Is she trying, like, if Calypso has heard anything in her kingdom? Because, you know, they have the Ciccar royal family over there, and maybe there's been some rumors that have trickled down since Elrond is the brother to the High Queen there. So she could be doing this for information. Who knows? She could also be doing this because, you know, she's just emotionally all over the place, and maybe she's thinking about Kenzo. And Calypso's the closest thing to Kenzo there is. Maybe she's thinking about Kenzo because we just had a death, and that was the last death she remembers. So I don't know what's going through her mind right now. But we are going to get these two kind of squared away somewhere private. Actually, I'm going to get them to sit outside over here. And then we'll get her to, I suppose, throw a flirt in Calypso's direction and see how that goes. Come on, Calypso. Hopefully Arthur is preoccupied, fingers crossed, and doesn't walk in on them, because that would be very awkward. Okay, let's go ahead and flirt and see what happens here. Calypso is also sad, and I wonder why that is. She's not having it. Calypso is not having it. You know what? I think Meralda's just confused and grieving, and Calypso's probably like, this is not the way to grieve. This is not the way to grieve. But yeah, Calypso also has, like, under the new gene update, she also has green eyes. So Calypso also has green eyes. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, some of the witches, I've explained this, they've kept their natural eye color. Some of them, part of the gene update, like if they had red eyes, white eyes, or black eyes, their eyes have completely changed. The genes have completely changed in that regard. And I've kind of spread them evenly across colors so that we have variety in future generations. But okay, I'll let these two catch up and talk to each other, and now they're both embarrassed. Meralda's like, oh goodness, I can't believe I just did that. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm so sorry. And I'll leave them be. We'll catch up with them at a later point, maybe when the kids are back and we have the birthday celebrations going. It's 4:40 p.m. Lady Calypso is getting ready to leave, and look who has just shown up. So, Meralda's youngest triplet, Lady Daphne Ciccar, who also lives in Ciccar, she married into Ciccar, she kind of rocked up to our doorstep to visit Meralda. I think probably because she also received news of Aveline's death, and I don't know if she's visited Atros already, but definitely she came to visit Meralda because, interestingly enough, now she and Meralda butted heads a lot when she was living under Meralda before she kind of married out, but ever since marrying out, she actually has a closer relationship with Meralda than Atros does, even though Atros lives in the same kingdom. So I thought that was very fascinating, and so understandably, the first sister she'd want to go to when something like this happens is probably Meralda, and get the news from Meralda before she approaches Atros. But I think we're going to invite Atros over here because it is Briellen's birthday, and it might not be as excitable an affair as it would normally be for the family, but still, I think this might just be an excuse for them to get together and kind of bring comfort to each other because of the recent events. So I feel like for Meralda, she might not want the Rowans to be alone and by themselves because they probably feel, you know, very, very lost and such. So, okay, we're going to have a birthday event. Okay, so birthday sim is Briellen. Now guests, obviously we have our family members. We want to invite Atros. I don't know if Ramong, Rune would be someone she would want to invite, and she doesn't even know Valar, but she'd want Daphne for sure. Now also, the High Queen of Ciccar and the King of Ciccar, apparently Meralda is friends with them and has a good relationship with them. So she'd probably want to invite them. And then I suppose by extension, she for some reason doesn't have too close of a relationship with Calypso. I actually wonder if it's because of that really odd kind of moment they had when she invited Calypso over, and Calypso just did not think she was grieving the right way in flirting with her. But then also Rune, why not? She might just invite Rune, even though it's probably going to be very difficult for Atros to be in the same space as him, because he is the High Prince, and I don't think anyone wants to let on that they suspect the High Prince. If he did do it, which we feel is very much the case, but whether it was intentional or accidental, he's probably very freaked out, right? If it was intentional, it's his first ever assassination. If it wasn't accidental, then, well, he just took someone's life without meaning to, so either way, he would be freaked out. And they don't want to spook him by letting him know that they are very much aware of what he's done. So they would invite him, and then, just the family members that are with us. So there we go. It's going to be at the Ramong residence. Yes. Okay, there we go. There we go. Here comes Rune. And first thing, she's going to go chat with Rune. First thing, she went to go chat with Rune. Oh my goodness. She's being friendly with him, but I don't really believe she's being friendly. And her and Calypso have a very odd relationship right now, but Calypso's also sad, and I wonder why that is. Oh no, her and Calypso are not getting along very well. You know what it also might be? You know how I said, oh my goodness, Briellen, how could you age up without the cake, honey? How could you age up without the cake? Your cake was right here. Okay, well, remove the candles in that case. Remove the candles. She is just aged up. Well, let me go ahead, give her a flippin' makeover, and then we'll be right back. But I was just saying that maybe she invited Calypso over so that she can find out information from Ciccar to see if any rumors have gone through. And maybe Calypso doesn't feel happy with Meralda kind of not having any contact with her over the years, and then kind of digging for information like that, knowing that Calypso is a High Lady of Ciccar. So if anything, she's supposed to be guarding the interests of Ciccar, not kind of selling them out to another kingdom. Maybe she didn't appreciate that, so she's kind of putting Meralda in her place for, like, making use of her almost. So, okay, anyways, let me give Briellen a makeover, and then we will be right back. Okay, we have finished the makeover for our newly aged up teenager, Miss Briellen Ramadust, who I am going to quickly reset here so that we can take a look at her. Now, she is currently in her party wear, but she actually looks very strong. Like, she has very strong features, I feel, and a very powerful look to her. And also, she randomized the freckles. So she's got that all over her face, which I actually quite like. It's very, very nice. Not everybody has that, but I think the Sims, like the nobles in Ciccar, a lot of them have these freckles. Nobody in Ramong really does, as far as I'm aware. But she got them, and I think they look so pretty on her. But yeah, so excited. So excited to have her as the heiress of the Ramadust family. Now, while she might look strong and, you know, really, really like a go-getter, a woman who's in control, she is very gloomy and erratic. So her emotions are like all over the place and quite unreliable at times. So personality-wise, she is definitely not as put together as she looks. And I don't know how that's going to affect the family in the future, you know, if she's the one kind of leading them. But, yeah, I think the deaths that have happened recently, just the turbulent times they live in, have subconsciously affected her and made her kind of all over the place emotionally, which is quite unfortunate. But that is Briellen. And then, of course, we'll see her other outfits as she kind of changes into them. But she has like a green, yellow, and I guess black theme to her. I mean, blacks and whites come and go, but she's got a green sort of theme going on for most of her outfits. And in this one, which is a party wear, I thought some kind of like green vines in the tights kind of look nice. So there we go. That is her. And she really has to go pee. So we will let her go relieve herself. I also love the platinum blonde hair that she has, and like having it kind of straight. It looks so nice. But okay, how is everyone going? Now Briellen, she wanted to get some things done with her Nalka. She wants to be friendly with her Nalka, which is so sweet. And she also wants to chat with High Prince Rune. Now obviously, like I said, the youngsters are very much unaware that High Prince Rune had a hand in their Mede's death, in their cousin's death. So, you know, they're going ahead being friendly with him, not realizing really what's going on. And I love the fact that Alaric is like here doing his homework. He's like, yes, I'm going to do my homework because I am a good student. It doesn't matter if it's my stag's birthday and that she's aged up into a teen. No, I'm going to do my homework. What a good boy. Is he a genius? He is a genius. Okay. So Alaric is the more put together one. Right. He knows what to focus in on. He knows what's important. And he's having a conversation with Daphne, which is actually really nice. So he doesn't have a close relationship with Solstice or Rune at all. But he is close with his family members. And now with his aunt Daphne, which is actually really sweet. And actually, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure Daphne was helping to like tend to the children when they were quite young. Like even Briellen has a relationship with Daphne, but she doesn't. Like neither of the kids have one with Archers. I think it's because they were born before Daphne moved out. So she kind of had a hand in a little bit of their upbringing. So there is that kind of closeness. Even though Daphne didn't get along well with Meralda when she lived here, she still was quite fond of her niece and nephew. But okay, why don't we get you to be friendly with your Nalka? Now that you are a teenager, miss. Thank your Nalka for attending. No, thank your Nalka for bothering with all of this, even though there has been a death in the family. We'll go ahead and give our thanks for raising us, for doing everything right. We'll go do that. Or is Nalka dearest coming to us? No, you go down. You go down, you be respectful. And your Vlaro is doing fine. He just got stung by bees, which is not cool. But yeah, Briellen has like all the genes of her father. She's got his skin, his hair, his eyes. Alaric has the eyes and hair of his father, but then he's got the skin color of his mother. Okay, let's be friendly. There we go. And then she wants to chat with Rune. So let's grab the High Prince. And let's thank the High Prince for coming. Be respectful. Be respectful. You have no clue that he killed your cousin. No clue whatsoever. And honestly, I'm so curious about like High Prince Rune's emotions. Like, what is he thinking? What is he feeling? Because like he would know. He would know the stuff he's done. But he seems to be covering up his emotions very, very well. Because we can't really get a read on him. Okay, can we just converse with him? Can we just have a chat? Let's ask about his day. We'll ask about his day. We'll chit-chat a little bit with the High Prince. Be all welcoming and stuff. Okay, did that count? I think that's already counted. Okay, wonderful. Well, in that case, Meralda over here, she wanted to cloud gaze with Arthur, and actually you can't do that anymore because it is late at night. But that's fine. I think we might just wrap up this party, bring it to an end, because I don't feel as though everyone would be too thrilled about kind of stretching this too long. And no doubt with Lion and Faina here, they would be giving Atros their condolences, although who knows if they really mean it. Either that or they're skirting over the topic. But if they are skirting over the topic, wouldn't it be even more suspicious? Unless Rune's gone ahead and done this, and you know, his family doesn't know because he did it without their knowledge or consent. But even if that is the case, he is staying true to like the Ciccar way of doing things, which is not the right way of doing things. But okay, guys, we'll catch up with them when we have something else exciting going on. Oh my goodness, guys, we just received news that High Queen Faina Ciccar has passed away. Oh my goodness, and we just invited her to Briellen's birthday party, like, last night. And she's passed away since then! Oh my goodness, Faina is not around anymore, everyone! Oh, Faina! She was cruel, she did a lot of psycho things, but like, I loved her, Faina! I really liked Faina. Oh no. Oh, that's terrible. That means Ciccar does not have a High Queen. I wonder if Vex is of age and if he's ready to take the throne. Oh my goodness. Well, right now, I suppose they only have a king. They only have King Lion. But oh my goodness. I guess Faina was quite a few years older than Lion. Interesting. Okay, well, Meralda, now she's sad because she's lost a friend. First death in the family, and then death over here. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, is there anything that you wanted to do? No. But there was definitely something that Briellen wanted to do. Briellen has been ensnared by the High Prince because just like Solstice, she wants to make friends with him. She wants to befriend the High Prince. In fact, last night, after I stopped recording off camera, as the birthday party was ending, Briellen and Arthur had an argument at the dinner table here. And Briellen kind of went off at her father. And I think because now that she's a teenager and, you know, she's the heiress, he probably revealed some things to her about, you know, what they suspect. And Briellen, I guess her first impression of the prince has been good, because she did not appreciate that at all. She was not happy with the way they were talking, and just to prove them wrong and to prove that he is not the type of person they think he is, she is determined to make friends with him. So yes, we have that drama happening in the family as well. Okay, Meralda, why don't you practice some magic, actually? Let's practice some practical magic. Arthur, I want you to... Actually, you have to clean up, and then maybe we can do some cooking. Let's scrubberoo that. Let's see if we can do some cooking over here. Let's do some cooking. Let's make some baked potato. That would be nice. That would be nice for the whole family. So go ahead and do that so that everyone has something to eat. Alaric, he still doesn't have any wishes for anything, which is fine. Briellen might take some time to kind of get around to the idea that, oh yes, that's right, last night I was determined to befriend the High Prince. But we're definitely going to get the kids together, because one, she wants to befriend the High Prince, but two, Solstice did not attend the birthday party, and I would say that it's probably because she was so upset that her sister passed away, she did not want to leave the house, so she stayed back with her father. But Meralda's not that close with Solstice, so she didn't invite her. But let's call the family to meal. Let's get the family to eat. Let's just get everyone to eat. Briellen, she's up now. Honey, you should get changed and go eat. Also, we really want to see your everyday wear. So there we go. There's Briellen. She's got like a green and kind of yellow thing going on here. But she looks so cool. She looks so cool. She has a very sturdy kind of build, I feel. A very sturdy build. But okay, is everyone grabbing food? You come grab some food as well. And yep, Meralda's coming to grab some food. Good. They woke up kind of late. So, but you know, that's fine. Well, that's fine. It's a Saturday. They can do whatever they want. Well, that's okay. Let's come down. Let's eat. And then we'll call over the High Prince of Ramong, as well as all the other kids. And well, Solstice, there's like only 2 other kids. At this point, Ramong only has, what, 4 kids? Which is very different to when the previous generation was growing up. We had several kids. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had 7 kids when the previous generation was growing up. But in this generation, especially with the death of Aveline, we only have like 4 kids. And 2 of them are in the House of Ramadust, so it's not as though they have like a huge circle to befriend or anything like that. But okay, we'll get you to start the gathering so that Solstice can come over and visit you, as well as Rune. And, oh, precious Solstice. She's sad. She's so sad. She probably just wants to cry herself to sleep, in all honesty. She probably doesn't really want to, you know, be out of the house and chatting around with people. She's probably not very much in the mood for that. Now, where are you? Oh, he's coming over. He's upset as well. I wonder why you're upset. Oh, you know why? It's probably because Faina died. That's why. He's upset because his aunt just died. His all-powerful aunt who's managed to keep everyone under control, including his father. The one who had connections like all over the place and influence all over the place. Which, you know, a large part she inherited, but she made good use of it. So, okay, Meralda. Oh, I'm sure he can come on inside, right? You can come on in, you know, kiddo. Feel free to just walk inside. We'll call him over. Look at Solstice. She came right on in. But yeah, Solstice and Rune are close friends. So, you know, I feel like she'd be happier in his company than hanging out with her actual cousins, because she's not really that close to her cousins. But okay, Briellen, she really needs to go pee. Yeah, go relieve yourself while your Nalka talks to the High Prince, and then you can kind of deal with this. But let's get your Kotian to clean this up. We'll move the baked potatoes inside, and then he can do some more cooking, because cooking is very important. Okay, we'll scrubberoo this, and then you do some cooking. He actually, I don't think they need to do cooking. No, he does, because he has not managed to get enough skills to just magic food out of thin air just yet. But we'll make some veggie burgers once you're done, so that we can have a nice spread of food. Okay, are you done? We're gonna go chat. Oh, she's gonna go welcome her cousin, but really, you want to focus in on the High Prince. So, she's gonna complain about problems. What problems could you possibly be having? Emotional problems, I suppose. She's gloomy. She's naturally a very, very sad person. Or maybe she's just drawn to, like, sad characters and sadness. Maybe. So, the High Prince is most probably especially appealing right now. Okay, we'll discuss interests with him. Local fishing spots, why not? I feel like I've already asked for advice, yes. We'll talk about the sunny weather with him. Complain about the sunny weather, like really? Let's see, talk about grilled cheese, why not? And then ask about his day. Yeah, he's very, very sad. He's very sad that his aunt, Faina, has passed away. And Faina's from his father's side, so she would be his kotta. But let's get to know him. I can't remember what his trait is. Like, what is his personality? That probably would help me decipher a bit more about this poisoning that happened as well if we knew his personality, but I cannot for the life of me remember what it is. Okay, we'll tell a joke and talk about the warm temperature, why not? Let's see, don't convince him to step down later. Ask about school or the academy. We could tell him a funny story. Don't yell at him, please. That is not the way to go about things. Let's not yell at him. Let's, don't complain about parents, I think. Console about death, maybe. Console him about death. They're having a very hard time getting along, and I wonder why that is. Is it because he's sad and he's just not wanting to talk about all these la-di-da things? I don't know. I thought they were going well, but apparently not. But yeah, console about death. And then don't say goodbye to him. Don't do that. Share melancholy thoughts. Why not? Let's try that. Maybe he will resonate right now. Oh? Look at Alaric being a genius in the background. Oh, he's really, really sad. Try and cheer him up. Let's give him a heartfelt compliment. Let's try and improve his mood. Talk about the warm temperature. Don't complain. Maybe he doesn't want to listen to complaints. Let's tell him a dramatic story. Let's see. Talk about the youths of Ramong. Ask him about his day. How's he feeling? Discuss feelings about the youths of Ramong. Now, how close are you guys to becoming friends? I don't know. We need to put a little bit more effort in. She's trying, though. She's trying. Okay, she's gotten good sentiments. So, as far as Briellen's concerned, the Prince of Ramong is a good person, and that's probably encouraged by the fact that she's not the only one who wants to befriend him. In fact, her Medei, Solstice, has been quite close with the Prince, She's gonna give him a hug. So obviously she feels as though, you know, if my cousin is friends with him, then surely there's nothing wrong with him. Why is he thinking about woohoo? Rune. You are a child. You should not be thinking about woohoo. Why are you thinking about woohoo? What is going on with him? What is going on with him? He was flipping giving Brielle the look as well. Like, what is going on with you? You should not be thinking about those things. That is like way above your age. My dude, what are you doing? Okay, let's brighten his day. And look, Solstice has decided to come in and join the conversation as well. Okay, let's see. Let's discuss local fishing spots. Yeah, they're getting along just fine, aren't they? Tell him an outrageous story. Let's do an impression as well. Okay, surely we're like super close to befriending. Like at this point, shouldn't the first person she wants to get close to be Solstice? But no, I don't know what it is with this prince. He's got everyone like wrapped around his finger. Okay, what is his trait? Because do we know his is he's adventurous? Okay, well, seeking out new and unique experiences. Just because someone's adventurous doesn't mean they're adventurous in the right way. Maybe he's very open-minded when it comes to like his morals, or he's very flexible with his morals based on, you know, what he wants / needs. Or maybe assassination is an experience that he just wanted to go ahead and try his hand at. Anyways, guys, with that said and done, I'm going to leave off here. When we come back next time, we are going to be picking up with the kingdom of Ciccar and the noble family of Ciccar. Obviously, people there are going to be mourning the death of Faina. We'll have to see if there's anything new going on with Vex, or if we have like a change in leadership. So, okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.